And this edition, millions rallied in Bahadar town in support of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Trump urged Saudis to raise oil output by 2 million barrels. Hello and welcome. This is Obian, Voice for the People. I'm Anukali with the news. Deputy Prime Minister Demeka Mekonnen called on the public to further strengthen their support for the changes and reforms being made in the country. Millions of people in environs of Bahadar town have rallied in Bahadar town of Amhara Regional State to support Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and his reform agendas, where they might come out. Fuad Burhan on the story.
Residents of Bahadar town and its environment community have held a rally in support of the reform agenda of Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Deputy Prime Minister Demeka Mekonnen, who was a special guest of the rally, said even though Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed is not here today physically, he is with you ideally.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed በአካል በዚህ ታሪካዊ ሰልፍ ላይ ባይታደሙም በመንፈስ ግን አብረውን እንደሆኑ በመግለጽ ለባህር ዳር ከተማና አካባቢዋ ነዋሪዎች የከበረ ሰላምታና መልካም የለውጥ ምኞታቸውን በክብር አስተላልፈዋል።
Even though our premier couldn't attend this historical event, he is with us ideally. He has delivered to you his respectful greeting and wished you a good reform.
Demeka adds that the historical rally is not only to bring peace and democracy, rather it can play a great role in all directions.
ጅምር የለውጥ አያያዛችን የሚያጠግብ እንጀራ ከምጣዱ ያስታውቃል የሚል መነሻ መሆኑን አንዘነጋም።
Our start shows something good and hopefully we will sustain it.
He stressed that the time is when love-based unity is created, adding that it is also the time when the government promised to address public questions. Demeka notes that it is not time for few people, it is time for many people to engage in economic revolution in order to change themselves. He also emphasized that his government is ready to participate every stakeholders in the country's reforms and development.
ንቅናቄው ጥቂቶች የሚዘጉሩት ብዙዎች የሚታዘቡ ሳይሆን ሁሉም በባለቤትነት ሊተውንበት የሚገባ ነው።
The movement couldn't move with few people, rather it should be with every stakeholders with feel of responsibility.
Demeka underscored that the struggle started with millions couldn't return even for a few time, adding that the government is ready to listen feeling of its people in order to give immediate solution.
I even saw a flag of Eritrea in that rally, and the young Prime Minister of Ethiopia has broken many barriers, including the barrier between Ethiopia and Eritrea, and now peace is hovering around that area. And related news, President of the Amhara Regional State, Gadu Andargacho, called on the Amhara people to strengthen unity of Ethiopia as ever, being with nations, nationalities and peoples of the country. He made the call on the public rally held in Bahadar town for the support of Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Lata Teresa on the story.
On the public rally held in Bahadar town of Amhara Regional State at Bahadar International Stadium to show support for Ethiopia's Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed's reform action, President of the Amhara Regional State Gadu Andargacho noted that the Amhara people have played indispensable role in strengthening unity of the country, being in collaboration with other nations of the country. He said, although Ethiopia is on the path of prosperity, strengthening togetherness and love is important to achieve more success.
አንድ ስንሆን የማይደፈሩ መስለው ይታዩ የነበሩ ተራሮችን መናድ እንደምንችል ተምረናል።
We got a lesson that we could overcome any difficult problem getting united. Loving each other, we are able to bring the era of love and forgiveness in our country. To go forward, we need to have love and forgiveness.
Gaddu urged the public to be aware of the conspiracy of the groups who have been attempting to disunite the country.
የኛ አንድ መሆን የእግር እሳት የሆነባቸው ያልታደሰውና ያሮጌው ዘመን ቁማርተኞች እግራችን ስር እየተከታተሉ መንገዳችንን በስጋት ሊያሰናክሉ ሲሞክሩ እየታዩ ነው።
Rent seekers who dislike our solidarity for their benefit from the previous old system are today trying what they can to impede our journey. They are deliberately attempting to destabilize the country. They never accept their defeat. We will win them getting united as we did previously.
The president called on the public to play their level best so as to build a prosperous country, stressing the importance of struggling against corruptors and rent seekers. He also called upon the competing parties to work with the ruling party on common issues so as to overcome any challenges and bring alternative choice for the public. President Gaddu underlined that it is time to promote good neighborhood with neighboring regions. Gaddu urged the media and social media activists to inform the public both the strengths and limitations of the government without bias. The need to promote transparency. The president said the future of the Amhara people is bright.
Gaddu is one of the engines who brought the renaissance in the country, together with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Lamma Magarsa of Oromia State, and Deputy Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dammaqe Mokonnin. And now changes are being made in the country. Teachers' rights said vital to ensure education quality. The Oromia Education Conference held in Adama Town has been concluded. Olkaba Wandum reports.
The Oromia Education Bureau has ended the conference. On the conference, the issue of quality education gets more focus. According to the information from the conference, quality education gets priority. On the conference, many questions were raised and discussed. Head of Urban Political Mobilization with Opidio Central Office, Kafealo Ayana, said to ensure quality education for the benefit of teachers should be respected.
If we want our children to have good outlooking, we have to keep the benefit of our teachers. No one can create happiness without having happiness for himself first. If our teachers became happier, it is easy to create a happier generation for them. So you guys are the leadership who can facilitate things good for teachers.
Head of the Oromia Education Bureau, Dr. Tola Bariso, said the town and districts of the regional states should give great attention for the leadership of education.
Education has its own managerial skills. The management should be beyond its staff. Education in nature needs strong leadership. So we have to pay great attention when we appoint leaders in educational sectors.
Vice Head of Oromia Education Bureau, Ephraim Tasama, for his part, said the conference is aimed to get input and future work direction.
Objective of the conference was to get some input. The problem raised was quality education, and quality education is improved when the input is improved. A failure of quality education means the failure of political development and social development as well as economic development. So we expect that this understanding on the conference will help us to support the education system.
Some participants of the conference also said by identifying weakness and strengths, they are fully ready to ensure quality education.
We understand the weakness of our delivery, especially around the pre-education and the adult education. In the next year, 2011, each weakness or limitation recorded in this year, categorized and included with the next year plan.
Working to improve school standards, supplementary books, human power, and strengthening ability of teachers were few among the plans of the Bureau in the coming 2019 fiscal year.
The better the quality of education, the stronger the nation will be. And the government should work on education quality from the very beginning to the university level. Youth of Dedo district in Jimma zone said they are pleased with the decisions and measures the government has taken in recent times. East African Holding Coal Mining Company is transferred to organized youth of the district. Oluma Baina reports.
Delbi Coal Mining and East African Holding Share Company had been illegally working on coal mining for more than 10 years in Dedo district of Jimma zone without benefiting the community of the area and even resulted in environmental exploitation. The companies had been working without paying the necessary compensation for the displaced people of the area. The people had been asking the government to take corrective measures on the companies.
While the resources of our fathers could be destroyed, the youth have been erupted many times in seek of compensation for the abundant resources. The Oromia regional government should provide immediate response to the youth by organizing them on the available resources instead of supporting irresponsible investors.
As a result, the government has taken measures and transferred the companies to the youth organized in micro and small enterprises development. Head of Oromia Urban Development and Housing Bureau, Dr. Girma Amante, also said the youth should work hard and rehabilitate the environment so as to be benefited.
Your next brothers and sisters would like to enjoy same opportunity with you to transform their life while working day and night.
Head of Oromia Job Creation and Urban Food Security Agency, Awalu Abdi, said the government has been striving to minimize the efforts of the rent seekers and maximizing the effort of the youth at large. He added the government is ready to facilitate market linkage for the youth.
Nowadays, Durban and Dangote cement factories have been detecting the sample of this mineral. Other factories are also asking for sample to check its quality to provide it to the market.
The organized youth also expressed their happiness and readiness to work hard.
We have been working hard to maximize and improve the economic status of ourselves and the country.